Yeah. Somebody song will love me one day. One day. Yes, my people, I'm going to make this very short. I greet everybody who is joining me. Please, if you are joining, share this broadcast. This is the Comrade Show. My name is Comrade Lamte Oriahi. Ordinarily, this wasn't one subject matter I thought I would actually, make any broadcast on, but I thought it's becoming imperative for me to do so because of the lot of things flying around. I have a perception to this, and I think that for many people who are making comments and saying all sort of things about Tiwa Savage, we are missing a whole lot of points, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that attention is being given to something, that ordinarily, we should treat differently, honestly. And I'm going to be asking some questions. I am compelled to do this because I just think a whole lot of us are missing the big picture here, and this is the truth. And I have openly declared that, and I owe no apologies to anybody, that I stand with Tiwa Savage. I stand with Tiwa Savage because I probably just imagine, how tormentous, how difficult this moment would be for her. Now, let's just look at the facts on the ground. A couple of weeks ago, the girl came out to say she's being blackmailed because of what she did privately. Okay, because of what she did privately and all that. And of course, we have lots of booze here and there across the internet and everywhere. And just day before yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, sex tape came out and all this, and everybody, has gone haywire. And I have monitored the entire internet space since the last 48 hours, and I'm amazed. Honestly, I'm amazed. Now let's look at it. This is an adult woman, apparently not a virgin. She's been married and has a child, and a young woman, working very hard, every day as much as possible, um, and of course having relationships or in a relationship, as it were, just like many people out there, many of us, and all of that. And on on a certain occasion, she had an intercourse with her boyfriend, as mentioned, by herself, and of course by many analysts I've listened to. Okay, and they decided to have some fun, record the process privately, not for public consumption. And this is what so many people do. Sometimes, people have different ways of enjoying themselves and feeling happy with themselves. So they want to play the moment back and, have fun with the moment and all of that. And somehow this tape got to somebody and got to somebody, and somebody decided to release this private encounter. Private. I have not had or seen any report where it was said that Tiwa Savage was having intercourse with people for money or for other kinds of escapade and all of that. This was what she did privately for her own private enjoyment and satisfaction. And somehow she's unlucky. The thing gets into somebody who wants to pepper her and all of that, and the person goes ahead, probably after a process of blackmail, to release this tape. And everybody, or a lot of people, are crucifying this girl. And for those who want to say, look, let us look at this thing the other way around, people want to crucify them alongside. Let's be honest. This is not I'm not a gossip person. not my field per se and all of that, you know, but because some things have got directly and indirectly to me on this and all of that. And that's why I want to talk about it the way I want to talk about it. Let's be honest. All of us, everybody listening, everybody's going to listen later. Look at yourselves. Everybody. Everybody. I'm not excluding some. Somehow, at one point or the other in life, people have had those moments where they've done some things privately that is not meant for public consumption. It must not be sex tape. It could be any other thing that, you know, when it comes out to the public space, it can be termed as, you know, as immoral and all of that. You know, people will give different meanings to it and all of that. This human being has not killed anybody. On this particular sex tape matter, it is not reported that she has done one thing to hurt society in one direct way or the other. Yes, I think the real crime here is not what she has done privately, you know, with herself, for her own enjoyment, for her own satisfaction and fulfillment or whatever it is. I think the real crime here is that person who is so morally bankrupt to lay hand on, you know, a matter, a private matter of somebody. It's not like this is a tape where this girl was robbing a bank, directly impacting society negatively, or where she was seen shooting somebody, you know, killing somebody, or where she was carrying out one crime or the other in the hidden. This is just her own personal satisfaction and all of that. And I think the real crime really is the person who laid down on this and was able, you know, out of that moral bankruptcy to release this to the public. But it was not, you know, it was a private matter, really not supposed to be in the public space. Now, this thing has come out like this. The act itself, I don't have any problem with it at all, to be very honest. Because people can afford to enjoy themselves in whatever way. You who is crucifying, you equally enjoy yourself, you know. You know, but most of you who are adults, you know, equally enjoy yourself, even though you don't videotape yourself and all of that. And some do, you know, just keep it privately. I think that there are certain lessons to be drawn from this. You know, to say for those who have sex tapes that are private, for their private enjoyment, they should secure it a lot more. If possible, delete it so it doesn't go to public space where people begin to make serious judgments. Now, many of us are not aware. We are sleeping now, we are talking about Tiwa Savage, you know, in whatever despicable forms. Many of us are not aware today. As we speak, every Nigerian, the ones they are even pregnant with, as we speak, they are owing nearly 100,000 naira already by the government of Nigeria. People have not gone haywire with this. We have a government that is bankrupting the entire system. You are sleeping. People are borrowing money in your name. You don't know one, you don't know two about it. And yet, the nation has not gone haywire with this. People are being indicted daily for bankrupting states, local governments, for destroying our collective patrimony. Nobody goes haywire with this. And these are real topical issues that honestly some of us will be happy if the entire nation can grip these issues, you know, that are affecting us directly. You are there, many of you are not aware that we have more than 10 million out of school children, which direct responsibility is for government to ensure that, you know, the future of Nigerian state is protected, but they don't care. Many of you may not be aware to what extent the issue of terrorism has eaten deep into the fabric of Nigerian society. Many of you may not be aware how much of our professionals are leaving because Nigeria is no longer a place safe for anybody, because the future of the Nigerian nation is at stake. And yet, we are not emotional about these. These real issues. Somebody was talking to me earlier today, was mentioning, religion, was mentioning Christianity and all of that. And I shook my head. And that's why I said, man, look, Tiwa Savage and and the case of a blind society, a blind nation. I think that the things we need to give attention to as a people, we are not giving attention to them. If this tape has come out to say, man, oh, this girl was seen robbing a bank with her status in life and every other thing, this is a problem. Then she's guilty. For all I care, there is nothing this girl has done wrong. Nothing whatsoever. The only evil in this whole thing is that human being that is so morally bankrupt, that is so wicked. And I think that the option open for this girl, to be very honest, is to go for litigation as quickly as possible. If the person is known, there should be, a suit against this person to the tune of some billions. And this is the truth. So that sometimes, I think we need to understand too that there are things that are, because of data protection, there are things that are meant for public consumption that even if you lay hands on them, you should be afraid to release some of these things to the public, because some of these things are just private things. That if you are, for whatever mistakes happen and you lay hands on them, you should know that, man, this matter is not the Tiwa Savage, having a session, intercourse session with her boyfriend, as reported, because I'm actually quoting the report. She herself claimed that. I've listened to some other analysts who have said she was, doing that with her boyfriend or her, one of her ex-boyfriends or whatever, as the case may be. At that moment, I decided, okay, let me, probably replay this thing and just have people do a lot of shit in their own privacy with themselves. You do. Some of you are making all the noise, all the booze about this. You do a lot of shit too. The fact that those things don't come out, they've not come out in the public space, doesn't make you a better person than this girl. And that is the truth of the matter. And besides that, apart from the issue of maybe sexual intercourse and stuff like that, this girl has not gone, to go and do prostitution. Even if she goes ahead to do prostitution and all of that, she's a professional prostitute being paid for her job, for what she does and every other thing. I don't think that she needs to be vilified as much as the entire space is doing it. To the extent that, some people are beginning to threaten that she will lose her endorsement deals and stuff and this and that. This is the way our society is now being coined. The people who actually should not have a case to answer are the ones who focus on with all the energy. And because it's Tiwa Savage. And I think it's unfair, to be honest. And I think that if we have this energy to focus on Tiwa Savage as this, and we channel this energy to our own society, to the ills that we are having to undergo, a pound sterling is already exchanged right now for nearly 800 naira. 1 pound sterling, a bag of cement is now over 4,000 naira. The society is gone bankrupt. It should be a matter of haywire for every Nigerian. For every Nigerian. Those are the real issues that should bother us. Not the Tiwa Savage who has not gone for armed robbery, who has not committed any act of terrorism, who has not created any problem for anybody, but has had her own private enjoyment. For many of you are out there are so many private things about you. If they get to the public, oh, wow. But some of those things, to be very honest, if it's for your own personal satisfaction and all those things, and all, they are not meant for public consumption, they shouldn't be for the public consumption. So I think that the real criminal that people should focus attention on is or are those who decided to let out this tape. I think those people are the real culprits in this matter, not this girl. And I think that as a society, what we owe this girl is to encourage her. You understand what I'm saying now? And to learn her lessons. If there are other sex tapes she may have had somewhere and all of that, those things should be destroyed, because society have a way of giving attention to these and leaving all the other big things that we needed to give attention to. And I am not in that climb at all. I'm not. And so when I say I stand with Tiwa Savage, honestly, I do stand with her. And I think that more people should stand with her. Because as far as I'm concerned, she has not committed any crime. She has not done this and put it on the public space herself because she wants to, be a model to society with this. She did this privately for her own private, enjoyment, private satisfaction. And some wicked person got hold of this and tried to release it to the public. It is not her will that this should be in a public space. Some of you out there, you do things that some other people will not do. Even when it comes to love making. There are things that some people do that some others would not like to do. But yet, who are you to judge? If that is the way people enjoy themselves, who are you to judge? Who am I to judge? Particularly when it is not intended by this person that this matter should be in the public space. I think we should look at this with all sense of morality and all of that. The act itself, say she sleep with somebody, she record herself doing that. She has not committed any crime. She no record and go sell her. She no record and say she want to have public space by herself. Say that this kind of thing that people need to do. She not do all those things like that. So I think we should look at it from, because you when they talk, you have your own. If you ordinarily say they sleep with your man, say you whichever way they sleep with him, you understand what I'm saying now, and it's recorded. You understand? It can't come out. You understand what I'm saying now, and all of that. If it is not your will, say make it come out. Then I will stand with you, because don't be waiting you want make you do be that one. Nobody want make you do be with that one. So I think that people who are just looking for how to bring people down in disguise, these people are the real issues that people need to concentrate efforts on. You guys look. Maybe this should be a lesson for many of you. May have sex tips in your phone, or you take it safe. Blah 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 blah. Probably it's time we begin to you begin to clean up your phones, because time is coming where hackers will just advance with certain say where they can with your number they can just enter your phone and begin to bring out all of this. But these are not the issues that should matter to us as a society. This is my major concern. My major concern, because we have so many issues that are plaguing us as a system that we need to give attention to. If we only can see and give this mammoth attention we are giving to Tiwa Savage, to these national issues that are really, really affecting us, every one of us, probably some of the perpetrators of this criminal act against the Nigerian state, probably to get to them very hard, and many of them will begin to understand that it's no longer business as usual. So for me, without apologies, I stand with Tiwa Savage, and I think that she should learn her lessons from this, okay, and move on. The storm will be over very soon. She should move on, learn her lessons, and of course consider taking those human beings to court if they have known address, if they are known. She should sue seriously. And for us, for the rest of us, honestly, let us choose how we appraise these kind of matters. For me, these are no issues. So now what I say, me I can't talk with that one. I mean, Comrade Show right here. Bye for now.